Right, hello again. Welcome back. Time for another TimeGuessr daily. No timer today. Yesterday's timer really screwed me, so I'm going to do one without today, and just see how we go. Right, let's go. This is obviously somewhere in the US. All right, well, let's look for some evidence here. Gateway Conference Center. Fat Jimmy's Outfitters. Walmart. Looking for any clues that might at least start to give us a state to start looking in. We've got some number plates here. Can we decipher any states on these number plates? Not really, I don't think. I'm not seeing any states. All right, well, Sam's Club. That's a Walmart thing, yeah. Oh, look. Oh, there's a road sign. Thank God for that. Right, okay. Everett, Harrisburg, McConnellsburg, New something. If I knew more about American fuel prices throughout history, I think it might be possible to use this to actually date it. But I think we might just have to use kind of the cars and, I think, these vehicles are pointing towards 2000 noughts to me, I think. Sort of around about 2008 kind of time. It's definitely post 1990s, but these cars still look fairly. That's these sorts of things. Those were. It was around about then, around about 08, 09. Right. 30, 70, and 76. Right, that's interstate, isn't it? So if we follow an interstate, if we find 70 or 76, we should be. I mean, interstates are pretty long, but we got time today. 70 and 76. Harrisburg. Oh, look, that was efficient. Pittsburgh is there. Harrisburg is there. So it suggests that we're probably. Let's see if we can find the 30 or if we can find McConnellsburg. Right, I'm just going to do some map scouring, and I'll be back. Right, I found McConnellsburg. This is the 30 here. I think we're on the 30 here, and there's a turning. We're on the 30, heading towards McConnellsburg. And if you exit, you can get onto the 70 and the 76. So is there a place where the 30 intersects with the 70 and the 76? Yes, here. Is it going to be this Breezewood place? What have we got here? Suncoast, look, Enterprise, Exxon here, Exxon. Do we have the Gateway? Look, Gateway Travel Plaza, Gateway Conference Center. All right, Holiday Inn Express. We found it. We have found it. Right, so we're looking at this exit, I think. We must be somewhere high up. Yeah, so hang on. So here's the petrol forecourt. So we're going to be somewhere just over here, aren't we? I mean, difficult to judge how far away we are, but I mean, we're not going to be a million miles away from sort of that building there, are we? Looking out downwards across here, we've got, yeah, I think that's about right. I think I'm reasonably happy with that. There's that road turning off there. Maybe we're a bit further back, but not going to lose sleep over that. Okay, all right. And then we said about 2008, didn't we? Do we think that's about right? It's possible it's earlier, but some of these vehicles don't look very old. They look a bit more recent than that. So I'm thinking, yeah, maybe we'll just nudge it back to like 2007. Let's say that. Oh, blooming 2008. I shouldn't have moved it. Okay, all right. Well, pretty good start. Oh, how annoying. All right, next round. Let's go. This looks like an anti-Vietnam protest. Not in English, obviously. Right, what can we get from this sign here? Handels Bigningen. Oh, look, Oslo. Right, well, we're in Norway. So this must be in the 60s, roundabout sort of that kind of time. I don't know exactly when the Vietnam War was. It was post 62. I think it was all, yeah, it was in the second half of the 1960s because it was after LBJ sort of escalated everything. Right, so Oslo. I don't know if we're going to be able to get anywhere more precise than just Oslo. But yeah, I mean, I might just plonk it down. I don't think we're going to be able to. It's on some tram lines. Don't know how far out the trams go. Probably reasonably far. Here we've got some tram lines. Should we just, for the lack of anywhere better? I mean, maybe we can be clever and find a bus stop. I mean, there are words on this bus stop, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to find the exact spot. Let's just plonk it down on some tram lines. And 1967 seems about right, doesn't it? Oh, 66. All right, 1 year off again. Shouldn't have been 1 year off last time. Still annoyed about that. But anyway, all right. Well, yeah, reasonable so far. Okie doke. Right, taxi. I don't know what language that is immediately. Itamat. Namely. These cars look very 70s to me, with these sorts of handles, square lights, etc. So I think we're in the 70s. Might just go right in the middle of the 70s. In terms of where we are, we need to figure out what language this is. I mean, there's a B on, or maybe it's an R. There's a B or an R on that number plate. Don't know if that helps us very much. Itamat. Commerce. So that'll be commerce in whatever language this is. This would be like Itamat store or something. Prevod. I mean, looking at these words or saying them out loud isn't going to help. How are we going to find out what language this is in? Perhaps we can start searching somewhere. I'm not seeing very many accents on these letters. Is that Arabic underneath? It's hard to even know where to start, you know. Like, it's not Turkish. I'm pretty confident it's not Turkish. It's obviously not Bulgaria because we're looking at, non-Cyrillic characters. Is there a chance it's like somewhere in this area? Like, I imagine the map will show some of these words if we look hard enough. I'm not getting. I don't see enough accents on the letters for it to be Serbian or Czech or anywhere in that kind of region. I'm kind of on the lookout just in case I happen to see the word taxi written anywhere, which would be quite useful. Oh, I don't know. Nowhere seems right. Nowhere seems like the right place to put it. Like, I don't. I mean, let's have a quick look at. I mean, obviously, if we've got a crossover between. Well, is that right? Would Turkey be a crossover between like Latin alphabet and like Arabic? I'm pretty sure. Maybe Turkey's actually going to be our best bet. I don't think there's anywhere near enough accents on these letters for it to be Turkish, but I just can't think of anywhere else. Cannot place this at all. What I'd love to see is like a taxi something and to see how they spell taxi in each of these places, but I'm not seeing any references to taxis wherever I look. Like a taxi, office or whatever. Taksim star? I don't think that's evidence enough to be confident. But, we can't go on like this forever, so maybe I will just plonk this down somewhere and slightly hope for the best. I think this is wrong, but I'm just going to plonk it in somewhere random in Istanbul. I think 1975 is as I say, these cars are from the 70s. I haven't really got much of a better estimate than that. I don't know if it's early or late 70s. Let's just go right in the middle. Oh my god, it was Istanbul. But it was the mid 80s. Huh. I was prepared to be thousands of miles away then. I'm surprised it was as late as 1984. But okay, gosh. Wow, that was a turn up for the books. All right, let's go. Next round. It feels luxurious not having a clock counting down. 800. This is obviously the 800th anniversary of something. We're in. It's not quite Greek. This must be Cyrillic of some description. See if we can turn this into. What does H? Is an H pronounced N? Nesh, I don't know. Clearly, I'm not that good at deciphering. Let's have a look at some of these people. We've got an Instagram logo there. I would say this is pretty recent. There's a flag there that I neither can see nor probably would have recognised anyway. Can't read that. We've got someone here looking like a zebra costume without the head or something bizarre. What else have we got here? It's rather sad looking bloke. It's not really possible to read that, is it? It'd be good if it was. We're obviously celebrating 800 years of something. This big prominent building, assuming we're in like a major city somewhere that's I don't think that's I'm getting all my alphabets confused. I always find capital letters very confusing in these like non-Latin alphabets. A lot of them are derived from Greek, and my study of Greek was fairly short, but also focused for some reason mostly on like lowercase letters. So it's always quite disorientating trying to figure out what all these capital letters mean. This isn't Greek though, I don't think. This is more like a kind of Cyrillic. I don't know where to start looking. I feel like I've derived as much visual information out of this picture as I'm going to get. This Instagram logo is fairly recent. That change to that kind of minimalist one. So we're probably talking in the last 5-ish years. What does that say, if anything? Not sure. Oh, that's quite a small phone. No, Instagram is post smartphone, so I don't know what that is, but it's not. Let's not get too distracted by tiny tech. Let's have a think. We're probably going to be so 800. It seems to be like an 800th anniversary of something. So 800 years ago was around about 1220, something like that. So are there countries that would have been sort of celebrating this sort of foundation about 800 odd years ago? Where should we start? Should we start in Sofia? No luck in Sofia. All right. Shall we? Pretty sure this isn't Kiev. I feel like I've been there enough times to have known if there was a giant red sort of fortress with a green roof. Is there a chance for somewhere like Minsk? Look, we've got the right letters here, haven't we? That kind of like looks like two K's back to back. So it's going to be, it's going to be. Maybe it's in Russia then. Wouldn't really know where to start, but yeah, maybe it's Russia. Maybe should we try St. Petersburg? Thing is, I just don't think this building, this architecture like that, I don't think it looks very Russian to me. But I mean, I don't know a huge amount about that kind of thing, so I could be wrong. I'm not seeing anything jump out at me in St. Petersburg that looks like that kind of building, but it's pretty kind of crappy quality. So it's possible it's just not jumping out. Do we think maybe Moscow? Moscow's a big old place. This doesn't look like the kind of grandiose Kremlin-style architecture that I would expect from Moscow, this thing. I have a feeling it might be a kind of smaller place, like a town, rather than a big major city. Well, I don't really know. I feel like I just spend a lot of my time saying I don't know. But very often because I don't. Well, look, I think we're somewhere in this area of the world, just based on the language. Okay, look, I think this is going to be quite recent. I think we're probably, let's have a look at some of the shoes and things they're wearing. Not a lot to go on. But, you know, in terms of fashion, I don't think we're looking too long ago. This person seems pretty trendy. I feel like the fashion is saying about 2020. I mean, the policeman's wearing a mask. I wonder if that's got any significance from a timeline perspective. I'm reasonably happy with that. Timing-wise, maybe it's a bit more recent. I don't see much mask wearing, apart from that policeman. I just don't know where to put it. Absolutely stumped on the location for this one. Should we try a few other Russian places, just in case we stumble across it? Right, I found this place called Nizhny Novgorod, and I think maybe this sign says Nizhny. So I'm trying to see whether I can find this building somewhere here, which would be good, wouldn't it? Seems reasonable, but I can't find the building. But for lack of anything better, we've got green roofs, green roofs. So, maybe it's as good a guess as any. Let's try it. 2020? It could be earlier, it could be later, so I'm thinking 2020 is a reasonably safe plonk in the middle. Or do we want to go a bit more recent? Just to have a bit more fun with it. I mean, I'm just thinking like this person looks quite modern, like quite recent stylistically. And these jeans. Maybe let's say 2022. Let's try that. Yeah, okay. Nizhny. That is good. 1 year off again. I'd have been 1 year off if I'd said 2020, so didn't really lose anything there. That is good. I'm very happy with that. Final round. Yes. Okay, good. Gosh. Right. So we managed to use the knowledge of Cyrillic letters. Right. Ne quittez pas something sans votre photo en costume du pays. Tourist. Don't leave wherever this is. This is the name of the place without your photo in national costume. So, photos in costume. But weirdly, that's not in French, that. I mean, my instant thought is like these are a little bit fez-like. So could this be... Oh, well, actually, that's just... These are written in all different languages because obviously tourists... Photograph. Right, so this is somewhere actually Dutch speaking, I think. Volengamma. This. Huh. This is a very peculiar one. Obviously, these people are dressed in the national, well, costume du pays, so like in the local traditional dress. But we're obviously in Netherlands, so we need to find this place in the Netherlands. So I can't see it exactly, but let's just try and match this thing up. Let's pin this. Right, so I'm just going to probably cut to the moment where I find this because I'm just going to scan. Found it, Volendam. So, photograph. Right, let's look a bit more at the... We can see the sea down at the end. Could it be somewhere like here? Where did it say photograph? Oude. Photo in costume. Photo. But we do seem to be between buildings, so I think... If anything, I'd say we're sort of... Oh, I wish I could zoom in a bit more. I mean, is that likely to be... I'm not seeing enough buildings on this, and also you wouldn't be able to see the sea in the background if it was there. So maybe it's up here. Yeah, I think we're likely to be somewhere like here, like that, where those people are. In terms of when this is, that's a difficult one. Let's look at that car again. So that car, to me, based on my limited knowledge, I think we're looking at the sort of 50s, 60s here. With these glasses, yeah, we're in that kind of era. Could be 50s, could be 60s. I'm not 100% sure on exactly. I'm trying to figure out from these people's like style. Maybe let's just go on the border of the two. Maybe let's say 1960, and that'll be us for the day. Ooh, 2 years off. We were in the right town. I think that was a pretty good score today. How did we do? Ooh, yeah, not quite 47, but comfortably above 46,000. So, gosh, feels like a long time ago now. But yeah, we got that. 1 year off. Bang on. 1 year off. And we were in the right town. That was the Oslo one. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you get any closer than that, really. This was 9 years off. Yeah, that one that was in the mid-80s, but like the 70s. And I'm amazed that we got the right location there, Istanbul. Yeah, I'm glad I spent a bit of time hunting around to find that place, Nizhny. Although I didn't actually see that building. It must be... Yeah, it must be somewhere in this. Oh, maybe, yeah, it must be that. There it is, I think. Yeah, okay, all right, nice. And then finally, yeah, slightly different part of town, but I'm okay with that. Not too bad. And then we were 2 years off. So yeah, it was really just the year on that third guess that gave us a hard time. All right, well, pretty happy with that. Not a personal best, but pretty up there. Let me know how you did in the comments below, and yeah, please do subscribe if you haven't already. I do these every day.